Welcome to the program. This month, a former administrator died by suicide.
It's difficult because for a lot of us, particularly if we are in predominantly white institutions, it's hard because you'll find that you are the only one.
You got to be prepared for what you're going to face along the way and understand.
That's how bullying is able to perpetuate itself, and because nobody is stepping up to stop it.
Women will often feel like their research is less likely to be funded. They're scored lower on faculty evaluations. Trust the institution cannot love you. And I just wonder about what that feels like to give in that way.
Entering the ivory tower. Who am I? If anyone asks me, I tell them I have the greatest job in the whole wide world. Do you know why? Confucius once said, find a job that you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life.
I found
that job.
difficult, challenging, time-consuming, a labor of
love. If anyone asks
me, how did I get here? I tell them the story of my journey.
You see, my journey is most likely not unique. However, it is not the journey most people seek. When I joined my faculty, I knew that I was an anomaly. When I interviewed my then future colleagues told me the program really needs me because I am Black.
And I would add a great deal of credibility to the program, especially in the eyes of the largest school district in our county.
As I set foot on campus, I was greeted with a positive welcome and opportunities galore to be involved both on campus and in the community.
When I first started my academic journey,
I felt supported by my departmental colleagues. That support diminished when I gave birth to my son.
Entitled to 12 weeks of maternity leave,
whispers returning days after giving birth, bringing their newborn to the office in a wicker basket, the accepted standard. People pleaser, I thought that I too should bring my newborn to the office.
For some of us, we must take a daily temperature.
Since an illness rendered me a shadow of my former self, I mask my chronic condition in professional spaces. As needed, professional spaces summon the shadow of an echo of myself. I drag this new, unfamiliar self through each day, performing for those who want, expect, and need old me to join them in the work.
I drag this new, unfamiliar self through each day, dismissing the possibility of becoming too familiar.
Temporary.
Of course, I have good days.
That this ability to hide is itself a kind of privilege. And I'm keenly aware this ability to hide versus a time to grieve, and that others do not have the luxury of masking. The masquerade.
Visibility to invisibility. I had to wear a mask.
I had to wear a mask in front of college students. I wanted to conceal my identity, being an outsider to the American culture.
I performed and worked hard to reveal certain parts of me.
While this masquerade aided me, it also oppressed me. I question why my work has to be praised by those outside of my academic unit, and even external to the university for me to be valued as a faculty member. Is it because of assumed lower expectations as I'm not a white female? What risks
visibility to invisibility?
Non-believers?
I had to wear a mask in front of college students. I wanted to conceal my identity being an outsider to the American culture. I performed and worked hard to reveal certain parts of me I thought would fit the expectations while this masquerade aided me.
Allies, others, accomplices, differentiated groups within the practice,
and even
all
external to the
embedded in the
university for me to be
system.
valued.
When we restore the narrative, exposing the
Is it because of a sense of
restore
lower
the narrative,
expectations
exposing
as
the
I am
privileges,
not a
and
white
working to
female?
new
connections for each of
What
the
risks
we restore
exist
the narrative,
haters,
privileges,
non-believers,
and
those who do
a
harm,
new
the harmed,
praise
the gatekeepers or the future, general public, allies,
When we
allied
restore the
others,
narrative, exposing the
accomplices,
privileges, and
perpetrators,
working to
retreat,
rebuild
let
and
us
renew,
all
imagining
be
new
embedded in the
connections for
system.
each of the constructs we
When
break.
we restoring the
I
narrative,
get to take on
exposing
that
the privileges
challenge,
and working to
engage with the
rebuild a
risks.
new,
Enter the
imagining new
space as
connections
white
with
woman.
each of
I risk
the constructs we
disrespect
break,
collaborators in their communities when writing about people
engage
of
with the
color's
risks.
experience.
not friends.
I risk in the current political
Entering the
climate
space as a
where
white woman, I
aliens,
risk
families,
disrespecting
not
collaborators and their
I
communities
risk
when writing
in the
about people
political
of
climate
color's
where
experiences.
institutions
I risk
going
in the
DEI.
current
troubling.
I
political
risk
climate
alienating families,
where is
not
the
friends though.
country and
Risk is
institutions going with DEI.
I risk not being
I
able to
risk
But you are
alienating
changing.
family, not
Probably
friends.
not.
I risk
entering the
not being
space
able
as a
to
white
inform
woman.
a story
I
to
risk
young girls.
disrespecting
I
collaborators.
risk being labeled
Saying
troublemaker
my
or
truth
antagonistic.
next
Do I
next
even
to stop
care?
my
Lawn
children.
service right outside
Probably
my
not.
window,
That
and I
is
barely
Might
hear
even
it.
be
So if
a
you
good
do,
thing.
I'm kind of flustered because of that.
Saying my truth
If you do,
within a
let me know
sphere
and
of
I'll read
in
it.
this
context
world,
helps disrupt my
God
generalizing.
doing its job.
We may not
Perfect
necessarily
Okay.
see the world from the same
Entering the
set of
space as a white
lenses.
woman, I risk
You're doing too
My
disrespecting
much.
tenure journey
collaborators
is
and their
fraught to
communities when writing about
starts and
people of
stops,
color's
a moving
rising.
target
I
that
was
even
told
cops.
step down.
I was once told, you're doing too
Entering the
much. We don't
space as a
have to
white
do all
woman,
that
I
here.
risk
I was
disrespecting
once told,
collaborators
step
and
down. We will
communities
release your
writing about
position.
people
Won't
of
be
color's
just for you.
experiences. I
Faculty
risk in the
specialists
current
teach all the
political
time.
climate
More research is
where
My
the
family
required.
does
country
not
and
But my
want
institutions
life
going with
will not
diversity
be
DEI.
and
ugly.
justice. See,
My
I
family
risk
does not
alienating
exclude
family,
white
not
family
friends though.
and be trusted.
I risk not
I really saw
someone
this as an
informing
attempt to
stories
get
well
rid of
enough.
me.
I risk
My
Make
being able
space
cousin's
for
to
people's
someone
speak
who
in
is
people
value
of
more
color,
like
valuing
them.
and I'm
diversity.
sorry.
My presence is
One person
valuing
One
diversity.
last sentence, I'm afraid
One
this is the one
person
you would
is
have me
not
read,
being
but hopefully
accepted.
somebody's reading
People
it better.
label me as unknowingly perpetuating
The
the
truth
black
Entering the
one
space as a
person
white
the
woman.
truth,
often
one person of color is
initiate
often
sin
to
Okay,
initiate
pause
and
for a second. It
sustain the
got really
work, and
loud.
one person of color is often left defeated and burned out by the work. I knew I'm more than a overborrowing smile. Myself in disguise over time. Yes, I used the mask to hide shame, pain, tears, and fears I shared
Entering
to
the space as
protect
a
and
white
serve
woman,
others.
I risk disrespecting
A
collaborators
price
and
is the added
communities
stress
when
of
writing about
hiding my
people of color's
vulnerability from
experiences.
those who have
I
the
risk
power
in
The
to
the
price
shape
current
is
or
political
agricultural
stall
climate.
my career.
Where is the country and institutions going
The
with
mess and the
DEI?
mission.
I risk alienating
Thinking
family,
collectively
not friends
encouraged
though.
action.
And
My
I risk
public
being
teachers of
able to
color
tell
and then
informing
fellow
stories well enough.
educators who are
I risk
also
being
doing
labeled a
advocacy work.
troublemaker, woke,
Not sure how to address
antagonistic.
those who aren't
Do I
thinking
even
enough
care?
or interested in
Probably not. Might
diversity,
even be a
equity,
good
and
thing.
inclusion. No
Saying
matter
my
what I
truth
say,
within a
they
specific
won't be
context.
interested to hear it. There goes my
Saying my
Bible.
truth
There goes my
within a
Psalms.
specific context
No
helps me
matter
To my
what
dismiss
I
my
say,
fatigue, the
we
generalizing.
crushing,
won't be
We may
able
not
to
unrelenting
break it.
necessarily see
fatigue.
the
There
world
goes
from the
my
same set
balance.
of
There
lenses.
goes my
My
teaching.
They're
tenure
exhausting
journey is
to
fraught with
frequently
starts
And
and
portray themselves
stops.
as the
see,
A moving
primary
target that
advocate
even
for
hops.
DEI.
I once
But
told
I have to
you
think
are
about the
doing too
broader
much.
picture.
You will
DEI
not
goes beyond
do that here.
my personal
I was
feelings or
once told,
emotions.
step down.
This is my
You will
advocacy,
relate your
my
position. Something
commitment
just
to
for
change
you.
systemic
Faculty
inequities, to pave
specialists
the way
teach
for
all the
before
time.
and
Do
after me,
research.
and to
Do
ensure that
writing.
every marginalized
But
voice
my life
finds
would
a
not be
space of
complete
this is
belonging
my
in
my family
advocacy,
does
academia.
not.
my commitment,
When we
challenge
face
systematic
My
resistance,
family,
inequities,
we have
okay,
three
pave the
options:
but my
way
life
for
would
give
not
up,
be complete.
democracy,
My family
compromise,
does not
ensure that
believe white
every
faculty can be
get a few
trusted.
changes made, or
I
find
really
fight
saw
for
this
themselves
as an
change
attempt
in
to
the
get rid of
system.
me.
In
Make
my
space for
case, I
someone who's more
implemented
than
all
when
the
we face
academia.
resistance,
I gave
we
up
have
working
three
with change
my
options.
family does
resistance
not
Give up,
believe white faculty
not
can be
cancel
I
my
trusted.
created
commitment
an
to you,
I really saw
anti-racist,
this as an attempt to get
anti-bias
or
rid of
teacher
fight
me.
for
education
change.
Make
leadership
space for
group
someone who is
with
more like
In
them.
my
representatives from each
case,
My
program
I
lead
president,
to
who
implemented
focus
holds
on
all
values
of
of
advocates who
this.
wanted to
diversity. One
become
person
allies,
dismantling
in
There are
changing
institutions.
only
courses
one
People
through
knowingly
person
new
that
content and
ignoring,
skills for
perpetuating,
cultural
I
crushing
competence.
created
the
an
truth.
Finally,
One
I
person
created
of
a
color
new
is
teacher
often
education
asked to
program that
initiate and
focuses
sustainable,
culturally
anti-bias
relevant
and one
teachers
person of
education
color
teachers,
is often
and increasing the
overheated
number
and
of
burnt out
teachers
by
of
the
color
work.
to meet the needs of our urban
programs
school
need to
district
focus on
partners.
faculty
I knew I
Teaching
wore a
and
mask
learning is
for
a
my
balance of
smiles,
curiosity and asset
myself
based
in
discipline.
disguise
and
over time.
Teaching
Yes, I
and
finally,
learning
learned
is
I
a
to
choose
balance
magnify
of
shame,
curiosity and
pain,
asset-based
fears,
instruction
that
and
fears,
focuses on
leadership. It
culturally
could
shame,
protect,
that
relevant
a cover from the
reflection,
light.
and
factory-based
reframing
The
teaching
prices
tools that build
added,
honor and
focuses on
the
gratitude
cutting
prices
for
edge
added
teachers of
stress,
research
color.
hiding my
urban
vulnerability
school
to those who have
districts.
power to
Sharing
shape
my
or
direct
stall my
interactions is
career.
part
Teaching
of
and
saying,
learning
sharing
is a
the reason
balance of
behind
knowledge
telling this
and
story.
Let me do that one more
asset-based
time.
Today,
The
construction
price
even
is the added
priorities for
stress of
people
hiding my
to
vulnerability
challenge
today,
to those who have
every
the
time
power
I
to
see a
shape
mask, I
or
who
remember
may
the
stall
day
my
not
of the
career.
masquerade.
imagine
I
or
ask, myself about the
mission.
identities I have,
Sharing
identities
Thinking
I
collectively,
support or not, and the
sharing
reasons
encouraging
why
actions.
not.
My
sharing
public
I peel back the
teachers of
mask
color
to breathe
and then
in
fellow
new worlds
educators
telling
who are
this
and
also doing
whisper
advocacy
every
work,
words
time I
where
see a
false
not
black
sure how to
fades. I
address
fight
those
the
who
owner
aren't
mask, I
of
thinking
a
about
question,
mask.
I
or
bleed.
interested in
I eat
diversity,
my
equity, and
guilt, I
inclusion.
weep,
And
No
I
matter
face
what
the
they
mask,
say,
transcend the
identities
lies.
take
no matter
hold.
what
I
I
arise
say,
and
And I
fly.
want
they
to
won't be ready to
fly.
hear it.
and the
There
reasons
goes my
I
bias.
peel
There goes
back
my
the mask
assumptions.
pull
and
back
weep.
the mask
And the
to
fatigue.
breathe in
I
dream
whisper
worlds
words
And the
with
fatigue.
false
false
The
faith.
crushing,
I
with
fight the
false
unrelenting
mask.
fades.
I
fatigue.
I
question.
fight the
It's
mask.
exhausting
I
I
to
question
represent
it.
frequently
I
find oneself
bleed.
as the
I face the
primary
mask,
advocate for
I
DEI.
weep.
transcend
One
I
the
have to
face
think
the
lies,
about the
mask.
broader
I
picture.
rise
Transcend the
DEI
lies.
goes beyond
I
my personal
rise.
feelings or individual fatigue. This is my advocacy, my commitment to challenge a systemic inequities. Wow. This is my advocacy, my commitment to challenge systemic inequities and to ensure that every marginalized voice finds a space of belonging in academia. When we face resistance, we have three options: give up, compromise. When we face resistance, we have three options: give up, compromise to get a few changes made, or fight until we change the system. In my case, I implemented all of these options. I gave up working on change within that department. Next, I created an anti-racist, anti-bias teacher education leadership group with representatives from each program unit to focus on faculty who wanted to become allies in changing courses to include content and skills on cultural competence. Finally, I created a new teacher education program that focuses on culturally relevant. Finally, I created a new teacher education program that focuses on culturally relevant teaching practices and increasing the number of teachers of color that meet the needs of our urban school district partners. Teaching and learning is balance of curiosity and asset-based construction of new and critique reflection. I eat my guilt. I weep. I face the mask. I'm not sure the meaning of this. Okay, I'm just going to read that, but I'm not quite sure I'm getting the meaning. Teaching and learning is a balance of the curiosity and asset-based construction of new and critique reflection and reframing of old to both honor our imagine within the ivory tower. I think there's some words missing. Teaching and learning is a balance of the visibility, curiosity, and asset-based visibility. I'm going to try it one more time. If I goof, I'm just going to keep going. And the mission. Teaching and learning is a balance of the curiosity and asset-based construction of new and critique reflection and reframing of old to both honor and imagine within our curriculum and instruction. Sharing my direct interaction as part of the story, sharing the reason behind telling this part of the story. Today, every time I see a mask, I'm reminded of the masquerade. I ask myself about the identities I have, the identities performed or not, the reasons why not. I peel back the mask to breathe and dream worlds and whisper words where false fades. I fight the mask. I question. I bleed. I eat my guilt. I weep. I face the mask, transcend the lies. I rise and fly. All right, I'm going to probably try to do this again. I've got a meeting at 10, so I'm going to try later today. One more time, and I'll send you the best one. All right.